This is something I think about a lot for whatever reason, mostly because housing has become so ridiculous. Anyway, I was in college in the early 90s and I went to college on the North Shore of Massachusetts. I worked for a family as like a mother's helper. She had twins under the age of 2 and a baby on the way, and her husband was an ER doc. And so they lived in a town called Peabody, which is a very nice suburb on the North Shore of Boston. And they lived in a pretty, regular suburban New England neighborhood. An ER doc does well. But they lived in a split level ranch, which is the same kind of house I grew up in. And, that their neighborhood was very much like that neighborhood where that was pretty much the type of housing, ranches, split level ranches. They hadn't gone to the colonials there. This was a development done probably in the late 60s, early 70s. And this ER doc lived in the split level house, and his next door neighbor had the same style of house, and he was a postal worker. And his name was Ralph. And he would come over all of the time. I would be there. I worked there a lot in the summer. And it was the kind of thing in and out. And, it wasn't that different for me when I was growing up. And of course, the people I worked for had now taken their house, and he had put in a pool in the backyard. They put on another level so that they could create sort of like a master suite on a third level of the house. So they had more funds to expend to make the house customized to what they needed. And Ralph lived by himself in his split level, which was likely a 3-bedroom like the one I grew up in. And I am just thinking, this is never how it is now. This is not how it's ever going to be again, to, have people of pretty wide gap in income living right next door to each other and being in and out of each other's homes. I don't see it in the suburb of Massachusetts that I have lived in for the past 23 years. We're all pretty much the same here, and wealthy people just live in different areas in different types of developments, and all of the new construction is just McMansions of whatever the newest iteration of a McMansion development is what comes next, and nobody can afford it. I don't know how people are buying these homes because nothing is built for under at least 650 here. And those split levels that I'm talking about, Ralph's regular split level in Peabody, right off of the highway, that thing is probably worth $600,000, or could be sold for $600,000 now. We need regular ass housing. We need regular neighborhoods. We need neighborhoods with people of all different socioeconomic and ethnic backgrounds, because we won't be as easily divided if we could really live together.